Alright, today we're going to have fun with epoxy art. We're going to epoxy some rocks. So I was going through a box of rocks that I have, and I was looking for some cool rocks to do something with, and I found this one. Not really sure what this piece of slate type material is here. Actually, I don't know about any of these really. So if you do, school me. But this looks cool when it's wet. Let me show you. Okay, so when it's wet, it's got some really cool tones to it. This is a pretty neat rock. I don't want to really mess this up. Hopefully this video is about getting to this stage, or this rock looking at this stage, I guess I should say. But look, that thing sat in the ground like this for how long? Isn't that cool? Wasn't flat, but it was like this. Just really cool. Okay. Alright, so here's what we got going. Right? This one comes out too. When it's wet, it starts taking on some really cool colors. Okay. So what I want to do is do a couple demo pieces first. I have this piece here that's really pretty. It's got the color in it and stuff. And I've got this. That's just a really neat deformed rock. It's not... I don't know how it got to that shape or anything. Like I say, I don't know anything about this, but I do know it's a really pretty rock. So let me show you how I'm going to go about doing this. Okay, so we'll call this step 1 here. What I did is I just took a normal rock here, and I'm just going to clear coat it with just some... I should have a tripod on here. But I'm just using some Krylon clear. Okay. And what I did on these other rocks, my demo rocks here, is I spray painted this. And then I let it set up for, like, I don't know, it was overnight. So 12 hours or so. And that gets me to this. That's got some shine on it. But what happens is that, see, that brings out the colors. So what I wanted to do was bring out the color. I didn't trust the epoxy to bring out the color. So I could have tried one, you know, just giving it a pre-coat, but I thought, you know, I'm going to try the clear coat. So my theory here is I'm going to seal the porous rock so it doesn't absorb the epoxy or bubble. Because the epoxy will start bubbling. It'll force out the air that's trapped in the porous here and continue to bubble. And I don't want to sit here with a torch all night and hold a torch on it. So step 1, clear coat, let dry. Step 2 is right here, and this is where we're going to pick up. We have the rock that we want to mess with here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a standoff, you know, and I couldn't really decide which way I want it. Do I want it up like this, you know, or do I want to show this off? Because this is pretty cool looking, right? So I'm not really sure which way I'm going to do it. I kind of like that little butt crack thing going on there, though. That's kind of cool. How did that happen? Isn't that cool? So let's, I don't know, let's do it this way. So I've got a little standoff here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this over to our work area and put some epoxy on there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is mix up our epoxy. I'm using some old Park Super Glaze that I had left over. This is a 2-part resin, part A and B. I've poured a cap full of part A in there. Poured that in here. I poured a healthy cap full of part B in here because I'm going to have a little residue in here anyway. And it's built up just a little bit, so, you know, we're going to go just a hair over. The last one here, I filled to where the cap was almost brimming. This part A, when I put part A in, this was almost brimming. I poured all of this out, got it into here, scraped it out, and then on part B, I poured a heaping cap full of this here. If you're gonna fudge, you know, because this is really important, you keep it a 1-to-1 mixture. But if you're gonna fudge, it's better to fudge in having just maybe a tad more part B, because you want it to harden up. If you go the other way and you don't have enough part B in, then your project could end up a little rubbery feeling. Okay, so I've been stirring this up for a few minutes now. I think on the instructions it says 3 to 6 minutes. I just try to get everything all evenly stirred. And I should use a tripod. I mean, I have one. Why am I not using it? Okay. Epoxy art's fun. I think these rocks are going to look cool. I hope this isn't a giant fail, because I've never done this before. I've always played with wood. Would you? Sure would. Old car stereo salesman joke. Would you own one of those? Sure would. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we're going to take some of this mixture and we are going to apply it to the rock. Now here's the deal. I'm not sure if I'm just going to let it run. I'm trying to put it on evenly, or if I'm going to hit it with my brush. I have a brush on standby. I'm going to see what happens. Hopefully it all just kind of oozes on there. Now I'm not worried about this rock sticking to this piece of wood or anything, because I can always break that free, right? And then, let's see, I'll leave a little bit left there in that container just in case. I think what I'll do is I'll take the brush, put a little bit of material on there, and just make sure the bottom is coated. See, up in here, I want that stuff coated. Now, if I have to force this off of here, what I'll do is I'll just go over, when I get the rock off, I'll just go over to my disc grinder and grind whatever excess is on the bottom off of there, and then it'll stand up straight on your desk and it shouldn't roll around. So there is plenty of room for error here. And I'm going to need it because I think I'm making a big error here. Okay. Come on. Just fill in those little bits and pieces in there. Ooh, that's looking cool. Oh yeah, that went on just right, huh? Look at that. Oh, that's going to be bad to the bone. Alright, you guys are like, oh man, look at all that waste. Look at all that waste. I know, that really sucks, huh? But I'd rather have waste than not enough, because it's really hard to go back and try to fix it. Okay, it's not right. Okay, there's a little spot that's not taken to it very well. So, oh, it is. It's just the way of the rock. That's pretty cool. Well, you know what? Well, I've got all that waste. Let's go over here and give this sucker, this other rock. I can't just leave well enough alone. Oh no. See, that looks like it's not on that little surface right there, on that area right there, see? But it is. It's pretty cool. Okay. See? So let's grab our other rock. This beauteous unit over here. And let's take and I'm going to steal some of this that was down here. I'm just going to start painting it on here, because I have got a lot of leftover from that other one. See? Oh, this is neat, guys. Wish you were here. Let's see. Kind of just work that in those crannies. There we go. Very nice. Okay, let's turn it around. So you see what I do here, what I'm doing here? I'm doing two different methods. My original method was going to be what I'm doing to this rock. I was going to brush it on. And then I thought, well, you know, the ADHD part of me says, you know what, just dump it on. And that technique is working, as you can see. It's working. And I like to use these foam brushes for epoxy. For me, they just work out better. I don't have issues with, you know, bristles coming undone or anything like that. Sometimes if you use those cheap chip brushes, then you get the bristles in your epoxy, and that's not very cool. Okay. And that's a pretty good coat right there. It's taking on a real pretty look. I wasn't sure how many coats I'm gonna have to put on here, but so far one may just do it. We'll see. Okay. All right. So here's what we have. We have the two rocks. This one I poured it on and just kind of let it run down naturally. And then I took and touched up on the bottom with the foam brush. And then this one here, I just took all the leftover and I picked up a little piece of sawdust there. Well, we are in a wood shop. And did that. Those are cool. Okay. So, when those are all dried up, this one's not going to have to be chipped off, but I think this one I'm going to have to chip off of there. And I may even just push it over and try to transfer it. You know what? Now may be a good time to do that. Let's use that tripod I have. I swear I do have one. Hold on. Okay, so people have been giving me shit. They're like, dude, you need a tripod. So I have one. So I don't know how to use it quite yet. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I just set this angle up here real quick. I don't want to show a bunch of stuff around here. I just kind of want a tied up picture. And I am just using a smartphone to make my videos. So I know that sucks, but that's all I've got. So we're just going to take and try to push this sumbitch over here like so, onto this piece, get it over here, then I think I'm going to let it go. And that looks good. Now, look at this, I got a puddle. I got a puddle left, so I'm going to go back over here and just give this another coat. So I've looked at this in various angles of light, and it's pretty cool. It looks like you've got pieces that are missed and stuff, but it's not. They're not missed. You know, I didn't miss any with the epoxy. It's just it shows all the little divots and all the little details in these rocks, and it looks really cool. This is Bob bitchin', man. Okay, so this one now is not going to be a huge pain in the arse to get off of here. I'm not going to really have to break it off with a chisel or anything like that. This one will just come right off. But this is really cool. It's got like this little imperfection right there, right? You see it in the light right here? Let's see. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, there's that little imperfection. That's just a little bump in the rock, a little divot in the rock, you know? And like looking at it from here through my camera, it doesn't look bad, but when I come over here to the other side and I look at it this way, it kind of looks like I've missed the spot, but I really didn't. I'm going to give this a touch-up right underneath here. Again, this is an optical illusion. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Okay. It looked dry underneath there, but it's not. You know, also, too, maybe it probably wouldn't hurt to use the flat crystal clear, the flat clear coat. I don't know. I wanted gloss because I just want as much gloss as I can get. But I guess you could experiment with different types of clear. So anyway, I did these two rocks. I probably used 25 cents worth of glaze. This was 90. The foam brush was 99 cents, and there's really no loss. That's really, you know, this isn't going to cost you an arm and a leg to try this project. I just see, like, at the angle I'm on, this looks like I didn't get it here, but I did. And I don't really need to know if I'm going to need to hit it with the torch, except to maybe level some of this out. So I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see. I'm always good for it. This whole thing's an experiment, because what I'm really trying to get to is get to that first rock that I showed you with them cool colors in it. Oh, this is turning out pretty badass. So I'm going to set this other to the side. Over here, grab my Lydius. Get the old torch going. Get it away from this can of paint here. And let's see what happens. First of all, I'm not getting any air bubbles at all. Okay? That clear coat's doing its job. I just want you to see what would happen. And I want to see if it kind of self-levels or takes on a different look. Okay, no bubbles are popping out of there. I just don't have any. That clear coat sealed all that up. Really nice. Okay. I also kind of think that helps expedite the drying process a little bit, but I'm not really sure. Okay, so let's show you this one. This is actually a bad light. Let's go over here. There we go. Here we go. There's that. And then that one. And see what I mean? It looks dry here, but then you get down on it, right? And you can see the gloss. This one's kind of cool. It reminds me of that ice cream. What do they call it? Neapolitan? Yeah. Anyway, except there's really not much vanilla. So you got chocolate, a little bit of vanilla, and some of the, whatever the other flavor was. Cool. I think that's a wrap. Okay. Fun with epoxy. Epoxy rocks. What am I going to do with these? I have really no idea. Paperweights, they just kind of look cool, man. So, there you go. Why do we do stuff like this? It's just because it looks cool. Epoxy's fun. Okay, guys, thanks for watching.